Nightclubs in Mexico during the late 80s were their own universe, chaotic, energetic, unpredictable, and full of characters you couldn't script if you tried. I was DJing those rooms between 1986 and 1988, still young, still sharpening my instincts, and still learning how to navigate the strange booth setups that had me facing walls instead of the crowd I was supposed to entertain. But in the middle of all that madness, one story stands out. The story of a guy who started as a happy hour drunk and ended up becoming a DJ with a real residency in major club in Mexico by 1998. This is how it happened. Every club had its regulars, but this guy was different. He'd show up during happy hour, loosen up faster than the rest, and by the time the real crowd rolled in, he was doing a balancing act that defied physics. Most DJs would have written him off as a nuisance, but I didn't. I sat with him early in the night, listened to what he liked, and paid attention to the way he talked about music. Beneath the slurred speech and the wobbling steps, he had something most people never develop, a real ear. He knew what moved people. He knew what was a hit. He knew what belonged on the dance floor and what should stay on the radio. That's the hardest and easiest part of DJing. And he already had it. One night, after watching me work the room, he said something that stuck with me. He told me, "I wish I could do what you do." And I told him the truth. You already understand the music. That's the part you can't teach. The rest is technique. That was the spark. He started asking questions. He started paying attention. He started showing up sober, at least at the beginning of the night. And slowly, he shifted from being a spectator to being a student. By the early 90s, I was traveling a lot, but I still made time to tutor him when I could. I showed him the basics, how to read the room, how to build momentum, how to avoid clearing the floor, how to transition without train wrecking, and how to trust his instincts. He picked it up fast because he wasn't learning from scratch. He'd been studying me for years without even realizing it. I got him his first bar gigs. Nothing glamorous, but enough to get his feet wet, enough to give him confidence, and enough to let him feel the rush of controlling a room for the first time. And he flew with it. A decade after he first watched me spin with a drink in his hand, he landed his first real residency in a major club in Mexico. That wasn't luck. That wasn't coincidence. That was the result of taste, discipline, timing, instinct, and a spark that just needed direction. He built a career out of something he didn't even know he had until someone pointed it out. We still meet once a year. We sit down, laugh about the old days, and talk about the nights when he was just a spectator trying not to fall over while I was trying to keep the floor alive. He always tells me the same thing: "You changed my life." But the truth is simpler. He already had the ear. He already had the passion. He already had the instinct. All I did was turn the booth around, literally and figuratively, and show him what was possible. By the way, if you want to hear my DJ mixes or my original music, just search my DJ name anywhere. I am, literally, everywhere. I'm also accepting music requests for the next eclectic mix, so mention a track below in the comments that you'd like to hear in the upcoming DJ mix session. If you want more insights like this, tap like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow.